Hey there, Black Bear fans, and welcome to From the Den. I'm Allison Willette.
I'm Emily Bontadovas.
And I'm Drea Cachutolo.
Thanks for tuning in, and welcome to your all-access pass to everything UMaine Athletics, coming to you live from the Den.
The school year is winding down, and unfortunately that means so have many of your favorite winter sports. But not to worry, Black Bear Nation, there are plenty of teams here that are just getting started.
Your favorite men's hockey team made history down at TD Garden with their first Hockey East championship victory since 2004. After moving past the Northeastern Huskies in a nail-biting double overtime win in the semifinal, the Black Bears notched a convincing 5-2 victory over the Yukon Huskies to win the title. The Garden was packed with 17,605 fans, and the majority, of course, rooting for Maine.
The baseball season is in full swing, with the team taking home 7 total wins thus far in the season. An overall successful America East matchup against NJIT this past weekend saw 2 convincing wins, 12-4 on Friday and 7-3 on Saturday. The team will play Merrimack and UMass Lowell in their upcoming games.
The softball team's easing into their season with continuous standout performances by several players. Although they fell to UMass Lowell this past weekend, Allison Reith had a career high in strikeouts and hopes to carry that momentum into their upcoming games against UNBC.
The men's and women's track teams kick-started their spring outdoor season with the Raleigh Relays down in North Carolina. Several top times for Maine in all events will set up the teams for their trip down to UNH for the Invitational coming this weekend.
Well, that's what we got for you today. From victories to upsets to hero stories, let's dive even further into UMaine's active sports, live from the Den. Now to Drea with exciting updates about men's ice hockey.
What a season it's been. I think I speak for our entire team here at From the Den when I say that it's been a joy covering the Black Bears this season. While we didn't end the NCAA tournament the way we wanted, there were plenty of highs from the season. On March 21st, the Black Bears put their names in the history books as they were crowned Hockey East champions in an electric game against the University of Connecticut, where they won 5-2. Boya won tournament MVP, and after everything was said and done, he's been an absolute force on defense this season. This game was no different. Making 27 saves in the contest and on the season, he's at a .928 save percentage. And he's only a sophomore. It's safe to say that Maine's ice wall of defense is in good hands for the years to come. Last weekend, the Black Bears traveled to Allentown, Pennsylvania to face off against the Penn State Nittany Lions in the first round of the NCAA Hockey Championship that resulted in a 5-1 Maine loss. Very, very physical game, this one. Both teams were zipping up and down the ice, cross-checking. I couldn't keep track of how many boarding penalties were called in this one. Now, Bodie Nobes was the singular scorer for the Black Bears on the night after a chipped shot went up and over the head of the goalie into the net. He didn't even see where the puck was. Albin Boya made 29 saves in the game, and we're glad to say that he's all right after a scary hit to the neck and the head area in the second period. As we say farewell to another season and our beloved seniors, we also want to congratulate Taylor McCarr on signing a 1-year entry-level contract with the Colorado Avalanche for the 2025-2026 season.
The Black Bear Football Pro Day took place on Friday, March 27th. The day gave the NFL a chance to look into the players University of Maine football has produced. Drills tested all attributes of the athletes, including speed, strength, skill, and agility. 10 Black Bears took part in the drills, with a pair of players from Colby College joining as well. Many team members outside of the 10 participants rallied for the athletes, lining the dome and cheering on the performances. Assistant coach Sean Downs filmed each drill, and the footage will be shared to the interested NFL teams who did not attend in person. Of the in-person scouts, one came from the nearest NFL side, the New England Patriots, and another from the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens recently re-signed their UMaine alum and Pro Bowler fullback Patrick Ricard to a 1-year, $2.9 million contract back on March 13th. Looking ahead, the NFL draft will begin on Thursday, April 24th, after which players will have an opportunity to join teams as undrafted free agents. This past weekend, the men and women's track and field teams traveled down to North Carolina for the Raleigh Relays. In the men's 5,000 meter, Charlie Collins finished in first for Maine's top overall time, and on the women's side, Marley Yoder finished as Maine's top overall time. On the second day of the relays, the men's team placed 4 players. In the 400 meter, Miles Gay finished 14th overall and Nolan Failer finished in 44th overall, while Will Rush finished 13th and Connor Moran finished 15th for men's triple jump. The following day, 2 from the men's and 1 from the women's team placed as well. In the men's 400 meter hurdles, Connor Michaud finished 26th overall. Gavin McGarity finished 21st overall for the men's hammer with a distance of 56.1 meters. Finally, Cheyenne Figueroa placed 18th overall with a distance of 53.14 meters in the women's hammer. Both the women's and men's track team and field teams will travel to Durham to compete in the University of New Hampshire's Jim Bollinger Invitational on Saturday, April 5th.
The baseball team traveled to Little Falls, New Jersey this past weekend for a conference series against NJIT. The team won the series thanks to 2 dominant games on Friday and Saturday, but fell short Sunday with a 2-0 loss. Miles Sargent and Drew Reynolds led the offense on Friday with a combined 10 RBIs to beat the Highlanders 12-4. Peyton Whitehead and Damon Gaither each collected 2 RBIs to lead the Black Bears to a 7-3 win on Saturday. Pitchers Colin Fitzgerald and Caleb Lays broke career records this weekend, striking out 10 batters on Friday and 12 on Saturday. The Black Bears are back in Orono this weekend as they face the UMass Lowell Riverhawks in a 3-game series starting on Friday. This past weekend, the softball team traveled down to Lowell, Massachusetts to take on UMass Lowell in a weekend series. On Friday, in the first game of the doubleheader, Allison Reef struck out a career-high 10 batters while surrendering just 1 earned run in the 3-1 loss. In the second game of the day, Madison Zimmerman tossed 3 innings, only giving up 5 runs on 6 hits. Ava Zettelmoyer took over in relief, only giving up a run and 1 strikeout. Maine added 2 runs in the top of the 7th as Gabby Papushka's triple down the right field line plated Eviana Robles and Madison Hand. In the third game of the weekend series, Maine fell short again. Reef started the game in the circle for Maine and tossed 1.2 innings while allowing a pair of runs on 5 hits to go along with a strikeout. The Black Bears will look to end their 8-game losing streak at home at their home opener this weekend versus UMBC. Well, that's what we have for you tonight, Black Bear Nation. Thanks for spending some time with us. Baseball has a busy week ahead as they head down to Merrimack for a midweek matchup on Wednesday. They will top off the week with Friday, Saturday, and Sunday contests against UMass Lowell in home territory. Softball will compete in a Saturday doubleheader in Orono against UMBC with an additional matchup on Sunday afternoon. Also on Saturday, the men's and women's track and field will accelerate their outdoor season at the Jim Bollinger Invitational down in Durham, New Hampshire. As always, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at @UMaine_FromTheDen for more highlights, behind-the-scenes content, and updates from the heart of Black Bear Nation. And be sure to tune in next week as we bring you more action, stories, and more from the Den. Also, if you're interested in joining or learning more about our group, please scan the QR code below to fill out the interest form. As always, Black Bears, fill those steins and go blue.